Consistent. We've been preaching every day about job security and ball security. You know, that's one of the biggest things. We try to be consistent every day about that. And I think they've really been improving on their protection, trying to keep the quarterback upright. I think that's one of the biggest things we have to improve with the guys we have back there.
Coach, you put a real emphasis on keeping the ball up high. Can you talk about why that's important?
I think that's the most important thing. Just like I said, that's job security. You know, once we give those guys the ball in their hand, they owe everybody jobs in their hand. They have to understand the importance of that. So we want to keep them high and tight at all times. So, you know, it has to be second nature to us at all times. And they're doing a good job of coaching each other up.
Coaching, you know, years ago, that wasn't a point of emphasis, you know, holding the ball up high. When did that change in football?
Well, I think it's been a must for us at all times. It's just a culture that we have, you know, with our team. And with the guys who have the ball in their hand, that's job security. You know, that's a must. When you look at the stats and turnovers and different things like that, that's wins. You have to make sure you have ball security.
When you brought in Rodney, did you guys have a feel that he would be as productive as early?
Yes, when he was at the elite camp, he was the second most explosive player, had the most explosive movements. He's really smart. He understands what he wants to do. He wants to be great. He came in a room, he fit our culture, but he's a really smart kid that understands the little things. And he does everything full speed. You know, and he loves to be coached hard. And that's one thing about us. We're going to coach our kids hard to try to get them better every day.
I know you guys are high on Trey when you brought him in, high on him in the spring. Are you guys a little bit surprised at how he's kind of stepped in and taken the role he has?
I don't think we're so surprised. I think he's surprised about how his body's responding. I think Slick's done a marvelous job with him, getting him ready. We are being smart with him, making sure that he's healthy and going through this kind of injury-free at this point. But he's doing a good job picking up the offense. He's really smart. And he's fitting out with the group of guys and our team.
Going back to Rodney, you mentioned, I think, before camp that he put on a decent amount of weight. I guess how much has that helped in making this transition to the college level?
I think Coach Storm did a great job with his body. He went from 175, he's up to 198 pounds right now, so he's stronger. And with that, he's building confidence. So that's kind of really helping him with pass protection and different things like that. So he understands, you know, with that strength, he stays in that weight room. And, you know, I've told him to make sure he keep his shirt on.
I know you guys do your own evaluation and you care about star ratings and all that. But do you ever sit back and wonder, like, why aren't people seeing it? You know, when you're a guy on the team that wasn't up on all of this high estimation, do you ever think about that?
I think the most important thing you have to do, you always have to trust your own evaluation. When you're going through this process, that's the most important thing, because you start getting caught up into who everybody else like, it's going to hurt you eventually. And that's, you know, that's my thing, is I always trust my own evaluation and try not to get caught up into who everybody else think is good. Now, I do understand that everybody has their own evaluation, but at the end of the day, we have to find the best fit and what feels like family to us.
Trey mentioned that one thing he's working on this camp is to be able to catch and run at the same time. That's the thing that he's focusing on, making him better. What have you seen in that regard of his game?
I think he's picked up on that, and we push him every day on that. The guys in the room push him on that, making sure he can catch, quick tuck, and that's our biggest thing, CTR, catch, tuck, and run. And Trey Benson is doing a great job of that right now, making sure he catch and tuck. So he knows that's a big part of our offense. If he wants to be a part of it, he has to catch the ball out the backfield.
What kind of role does Trayshawn play in these guys acclimating so quickly and coming into the room and feeling comfortable?
Trayshawn has been doing an excellent job. He's been a leader in that room. He's been making sure those guys do the things they need to do. He understands the offense in and out. He accepted Trey Benson, which is really good in that room, and making sure he understands what's going on. Because it's going to take all of us. Everybody has their role to play, and it's our job to put them in the right position.
I know you guys do scrimmage situations, right? Is it different when you go in there on Saturday night? Have a real scrimmage?
Yeah, it's definitely going. Whenever you can go in the stadium, it's always going to be different. We want those kids to have that feeling and understand how special it is to go in that stadium. It's not any day that you get a chance to play in that stadium. We want them to get that feel and understand how precious it is to be in that stadium with the guys who went before them. So it's going to be big tomorrow night.
What do you see from Lauren so far? What has he kind of hit the ground running during the season? How important is it to have 3 or 4 backs?
I think LT has done a great job. He's playing with more confidence. He's another one, put on another 15 pounds. He's at 190 pounds. Obviously, he's probably one of the most athletic guys that we have. We can split him out, put him at receiver in different places like that. But he has a great understanding of the offense at this point, and he's improved on his pass protection.
Coach Norvell earlier was speaking about the progress that Jordan Travis has made, and one of the aspects he mentioned was run checks and getting you guys in a good position for play. What does that do for the running backs when the quarterback's able to kind of create those advantageous situations?
I think he's doing a great job of putting us in the right play. And you always want to make sure you're in the right play, have the right fit, and that, you know, puts stress on the defense. And I think Trav's been doing a good job of that. And with the young running backs, sometimes he'll make sure they're lining up right. If they line up in the wrong spot, and he calms them down. So that's been a real calming effect for us.
How's the improved depth on the offensive line helped what all the running backs can do, regardless of who they're taking reps with?
But that's the major part. I think Coach Atkins has done an excellent job improving the offensive line. Those young guys came in, hit the ground running, and I think that's probably one of the biggest improvements, seeing the offensive line. They're much bigger and stronger. They're moving people around. So it's a lot easier for the running backs now when you have wide open holes to run through. So, you know, we're definitely thankful for that.
Pass protection is very important for the backs. What progress have you seen there?
Every day we work on that. Every day we're going to take some time to work on some form of protection. That's a must. You know, these guys want to go to the next level, and I tell them all the time, if you really want to play on the next level, you have to keep the $1 million quarterback upright. So at the end of the day, everybody can run the ball. We can run through wide open holes that Atkins is going to provide, but you must keep Travis upright. And so that's one of the main things we want to do.
Is that one of the more difficult things as a coach, to get the younger guys, teach them how to do it?
Early when they come in, you know, they just don't have a good understanding of it. But once you explain the importance of it, you know, they buy into it. And I think our kids are doing a good job of that, kind of understanding the importance of it.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.